Folks, I'm at the laundromat. Welcome to my channel. Washing some of the clothes, get the ashes, smoke out, smell, all that out. Look, you all been wonderful. The Diamond Campaign community has been like no other. It went beyond my expectations. When I put up the video of what had happened to me, I knew I would get some views, maybe a couple comments, but I didn't expect to get what I got. First of all, I want to thank you for all offering, but I didn't put that up for people to send me stuff. I don't want you sending me stuff. I get it. I know that community sticks with their own. They help their own. I'm up for that. I'm 100% when it's somebody else. That come out wrong. The support has been great. But I am the kind of person, I don't accept help very well. I mean, my first marriage, my first husband was an alcoholic. I used to call him Muck Jeff because I was taller than him. He would be combative. Why he never learned, because I'm sorry, I ain't gonna let somebody just hit on me. And I could take him. Drunk or sober, I could beat the crap out of him. I was getting tired of beating him up, and I told him, I said, the next time you go get drunk, I ain't gonna say nothing to you. I'm just gonna go get my purse, and I'm walking out the door. I'm getting in the car, and I'm gonna go find me the most expensive hotel that I can possibly find, and you're paying for it. Well, it must have been on his mind. He come home drunk. I just smiled, got up, reached for my purse. I went to go out the door. He thought he was gonna tackle me. I warned him 3 times to get off me. He should have got off me. When he didn't, I tossed him off. He hit furniture. Apparently it broke his ribs. Well, the police come. Yeah. They took us both to jail. We get there. I got money on me. Called up my brother. I don't know, he called a bondsman. Bondsman came over, and I bonded myself out. He asked if I wanted to bond my husband out, and I said no. Now, in all honesty, I had still money on me. I could have took a Greyhound as far as mine, but I was stubborn. I began to walk home. I hitched and walked 70 miles to Minot. I then called the Roods, and I understand Gab's population 300. It's 80 miles to the nearest town. Nobody locks the doors. We don't even take the keys out of the ignition. There's 0 crime. Okay. He brings the car down. I drive up, and I go home. Well, my friend Geisha says, why didn't you call me? I would have come and given you a ride home. And I just looked at her blankly. I'm not used to that. I told her, I says, I've been on my own basically since 7 dealing with stuff. I mean, my mother was no good. I could never go to my mother. I went to my mother one time. I was just told to shut up. And I knew at 6 I couldn't count on her. Yeah, but I'm going to take care of her, right? It's just not me. I'm real good at giving. I felt very awkward at taking. Your support has been wonderful, but please, I'm begging you, because I'm not going to put my address down there. First of all, if you try to send it to my address, you don't have it. Nikki thinks she has it, but she don't have it no more either, because I cannot receive mail there. And I'm not giving anybody my new address in Arkansas. So you can't send it anyways. But Sandra and others, I appreciate it. You know, just the support and comments are enough. They are enough. Please, please. This is just a bump on a road. I have been through, and I'm 64 years old. I've had a very rough life. I mean, I've been homeless before. I was homeless for 5 years. No family would help. I didn't even think to ask them for help. My mother didn't care. And I got my own butt out. I survived my husband's death. I survived taking care of him 24/7 with no relief. I dealt with it. I dealt with the VA system afterwards. Oh yeah, I have a whole video on that. A whole video. One day I'll put it down there. I still can't really talk about it much. But let me put it this way. The last time I took him in the damn hospital, the VA hospital, and he collapses in the parking lot, I had to call 911 because the workers gone by, despite the fact that I was yelling help, ignored me. I mean, it took a 911 operator who says, well, I don't think she'd be calling from your parking lot unless it was an emergency. Get your ass out there. You know, I got 86 from messaging on Facebook for 6 months because I messaged Obama. I called them. That didn't stop me. I called the White House. Got the correct number. Called. I made my complaint. And was told, well, lady, we get so many complaints about the VA. We can't investigate them all. But, lady, after what you just told me, we will be investigating this one. They did get in trouble. Because my boyfriend goes there. And the first time he went there, he says, yeah, my girlfriend, her husband there, and he heard him whisper. She says, you remember that woman's husband that died, was here and he passed away? That's her new boyfriend. They were on him like right away. Say, hey, what can we do for you? You know, I'm used to dealing with problems. If somebody says, Linda, you have so much crap that goes on in your life that you're having to deal with. I says, I know. And if everything went smoothly, I'd be at loss. I would not know what to do. It would be weird. I'm always having to deal with stuff. This is just another thing. This is just a bump in the road. Now, my mother doesn't deserve me to care for her. She doesn't. I mean, in all the years I've been down here, she's never even called me once. When I was homeless, when I even mentioned the idea, it says, just let me come to your house for a little bit. I can find work. She had a fit. Now, all of a sudden, she wants me. Why? It doesn't matter why. The fact that she all of a sudden wants me tells me she's in dire shape. I think she's worse than what she's telling us. At this point, all I know is she uses a walker. That's all I know. Because she's got that rheumatoid arthritis. I've had to tell her when I'm coming down there numerous times. So I don't know what I'm heading into. I just know it's bad. And it doesn't matter what, she's still my mother. Now, I'm going with the full eyes open. My mother's favorite kid is Tim. He gets the life insurance policy. Anything left from the house, he gets. I come out with zilch. But my mother is refusing to take any money from me for rent. And that's got to change. That's not happening. But I'll be able to save it. So when she dies, I'm sorry, but when you only get $900, I'll only be getting $800 there. And you can't pay rent. You can't even rent a room. I know this. So I know enough to save your money. No, you can't rent a place, but save your money. And hopefully the time she does pass, you can buy a nice RV and take up the RV life. That seems to be the thing now. And, you know, they don't know what it's like. I've lived in an RV on the road before when I was homeless. You know, you got a certain tank. Showers are different. You know, you just don't put your shower on, just leave it on the whole time you're taking a shower. You got a 10-gallon tank. You can't do that. You turn it on, you wet yourself down, you take your soap, you wash yourself up, then you turn it back on, you rinse yourself off, you conserve. If there's a public bathroom around, you go use the public bathroom because your tank is small. And it costs you money to empty your tank. And there is nobody, woman or whatever, is going to empty your tank. You just got to go there, put the thing on, boom, 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 empty it. Okay? It's a different lifestyle, but yet you could travel. You're not stuck in one place. And I realize it won't be like before where cops are knocking on the door at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and say, you can't park here. Because at the time I had no income at all. I could travel. There's RV parks all over. Travel from one RV park to the other. So in the future you'll see me blogging, living in an RV. Yeah, so this is just a bump in the road. I'm 64 years old. I survived so many stuff it ain't even funny. This is not nearly as bad of a situation that I have been in my life, actually. I might have to go to a hotel room in the next few days because the crazy landlord, we didn't start that fire. But Maz is Maz, and he's going to blame a tenant. It didn't matter. You know, I mean, he had paint, all kinds of flammables and cans that he was storing underneath our porch. Any tenant, we got numerous tenants that smoke, that go by there who could have just tossed a lighted cigarette, it smoldered, it caught fire, and that's the reason why it went up so quick. I'm guessing. Let him blame. He can kiss my butt. I've done so much for him. I let him know when tenants were breaking the rules. I let him know when they were trying to wreck the place. I've had his back 100%, and this, the way he wants to act, okay, fine. F him in his butt. I mean, I took his dog down. Instead of him having to pay a couple $100, it cost him $10 because I'm unlimited income. I was able to take him to the pound in Chula Vista because they got a program you can get your dog fixed for $10. $40 including if you want them chipped. Which I did his dog. Mine I didn't have chipped because I didn't have $40 then. I just had $10. And they says, well, we recommend it because that dog gets lost, somebody will take it. Now, as far as my dog, Bob has accepted that I am not going to leave the dog with him. I explained to him why. I mean, when I came home and I find the dog out in the patio where there's no fence in an area to a new house that she does not know. Because see, normally Bridget will not leave the property. At the old house, you could leave the gate open, whatever. She won't go out. She did one time when she was a puppy, and it scared her so bad that after we got her back, she refused. We can take her out if we're right there with her, But she's so friendly. It's just like last night, she seen these people across the street. She was wanting to run across the street to them. I had to tell her no, and I put her inside. I says, Bob, you can't do that. If you're making important phone calls, that's fine. But make sure she's in the house before you make those phone calls, and shut the damn door. How hard is that? If he thinks his calls are more important than Bridget, well, he can't have her. But he says something that Maz's manager, his dog passed away about a month ago. I texted him, I says, look, if you want Bridget, I'll let you have her. So hopefully he'll decide to take her. I'll talk to Jacob, see if he wants her, and that Maz will let him have the dog, which is iffy because Maz could be an asshole. The shelter will be their very last thing because she's fully trained, but she's a complete house dog, you know? She's used to, like, when we go to bed at night, she will not sleep on the floor. She jumps in the bed with you. Not only with you. If she's cold, she'll go underneath the covers. She got that because when I got her, I was homeless. So at night, in the sleeping bag, for safety, to keep her warm, and if she wasn't there, I put her in the sleeping bag. So she, as far as she's concerned, she's supposed to get underneath the covers. You know, she's great with kids. She's not so good with babies. Not that she's vicious, not that she will bite them. She's afraid of them. And she will try to get away from them. But little Christopher, when he was crawling and I was watching him, and Bridget kept trying to get away from him, but got cornered. And when she got cornered, that was the only time I seen her actually growl and bare her teeth. She got smacked. She tried to challenge me. She hit the bed. I about knocked the crap out of that dog. She hasn't tried it since. That same kid, now that he's 4 or 5, she gets excited when she sees him. Even that, you know, it's like if she can get away from the baby, that's fine. She tries to hide from him. But if she gets cornered, she'll try to bluff her way out by growling. But if you challenge her growl, she'll completely back off. She bluffs. It takes her 5 minutes to get to know somebody. So she requires a special owner. You know, I just don't want to put an ad because I don't want her to go where there's little crawling infants. Not for the infant's safety, but for her safety. You know, I had a Cocker Spaniel, you know, I bred, and when I wasn't going to breed her anymore, I had her spayed, and I was getting into another breed. I put it in the paper, and I says, this dog will not go to a home unless you have kids. Because I knew Shady would. She wasn't raised a kid, but she loved children. I mean, if kids walked by, she'd go running out after them to go up to them, and she wouldn't even come back when I called her. They'd have to bring her back. So I wanted her to go to a home with a kid, and that's where she went. And the vet told me, he says, oh yeah, we saw Shady. I says, you did? Yeah, they were going out of town. So they brought her over here for us to board her while they're out of town. I required that they had a fence, yard, and what have you. And I just want her to go good home, you know. So please, I'm getting off track. Please, please. Your support has been wonderful. But I'm not comfortable with taking anything. Please, I'm begging you, don't send me anything. I did not put up that video for anybody to send me stuff. Maybe I shouldn't have put it up. Maybe I should even remove it. That's not why I put that video up. I was just you know, it's like you guys are family, and if I let my own family, why wouldn't I let you guys know? And I didn't want anything from you. The fact that you even commented meant everything to me. Please, that is enough. Anyways, I'm going to end this now. And again, I beg you, don't. Please don't. Bye-bye.